make sure audio's good. See how we're doing, make sure audio's good. Alright, audio's good. Alright guys, welcome back to the Madden 24 Arizona Cardinals rebuild. We're in part 3 now, and we're getting ready to start the 2024 season. And we have not really a revamped roster for year 2, but it is different looking for sure. So let's go ahead and run through our roster for the next year. We got Kyler Murray back. We weren't able to use him for the entire first year of this rebuild because he was injured. So he's back as our starting quarterback, 78 overall. This season, if we don't win more than 5 games, which is what we did last year, then maybe I have some legitimate concern about, is Kyler Murray the answer for our franchise quarterback? We have Clayton Tune backing him up, and we also signed Jeff Driscoll as our third-string quarterback. We got Rashad Penny as our new starting running back, 81 overall. He fits our scheme. He's injured a little bit right now, but he becomes an instant upgrade over James Conner. We're going to keep rocking with James Conner for a little bit, and we may look to trade him in the middle of the season. He is on the trading block, I think. I think I did put him on the trading block. Yeah, he's on the trading block, so who knows? Teams could reach out and ask about him, so we'll see what kind of offers we get. We drafted Frank Gore Jr. Out of Southern Miss, so he's our third running back. We have a new fullback in Daniel Carter. We still have Hollywood Brown. We signed Odell Beckham Jr. We got Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who we actually just signed off of a free agency before the preseason started. So he'll be a good boost for our receiving core. We also drafted this kid named Troy Franklin out of Oregon. I like him. We still got Pascal and we got Stevenson. We're still rocking with Zach Ertz as our tight end, and we have Trey McBride still backing him up. DJ Humphries at left tackle. Chuma Edoga, the former Cowboy, is our new left guard. Connor McGovern is our new starting center. We really tried to upgrade the offensive line in the first season. Will Hernandez, right guard. Paris Johnson, 79 overall. Hopefully he'll continue to get better. Our first overall pick, Chop Robinson out of Penn State, 77 overall. We're gonna make him the starter. And we got Yannick Ngakoue, an 8-year veteran. He's a 78 overall, so hopefully he can help solidify the defense a little bit. Fotu and Maurice Hurst are in there, and Jerzwan Newton is another player we drafted, 4th overall. We had 2 first-round picks. Zaven Collins at linebacker, left outside. Kazir White at middle linebacker, right outside linebacker. B.J. Ojolari. Corners, we got Emmanuel Mosley, who we signed in the offseason. Marco Wilson, Garrett Williams, and Antonio Hamilton. So we're pretty young for the most part. Jalen Thompson, and of course we got Budda Baker, who's our, I think, highest-rated player on the team. Yeah, Budda Baker is our highest-rated player. So our top overall guys are Budda Baker, Marquez, Marquise Brown, Beckham, Penny, and Thompson. So those are kind of the top players on our roster. I don't really have a whole lot of big expectations for year 2. Just want to see how many wins this revamped roster can get, because right now we're looking at we're in a pretty tough division. We got our first tough game against the season against Seattle, which actually is a night game, so this will be pretty interesting. So we got a pretty tough division, and if we can win more than 5 games, that is what I consider a successful second season, especially with Kyler Murray at the helm, because I want to see how good is he. Is he the guy, or is there somebody better we need to get? So let's go ahead and simulate to the middle of the season and see how year 2 gets started. Hope y'all enjoyed a little change of pace last night with the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard live stream. I'll continue that probably next week because I got to go to work tomorrow, and I think this may be my only live stream I do for today. Kind of trying to take it easy for the rest of the day as I get ready for another week of work. Got a lot coming up this week, work-wise and personal-wise, so just want to kind of blow off some steam and relax as much as I can while I'm still off. You guys know how it is. You get off time, you want to use it. So hopefully by mid-season we've won a couple of games. Hopefully we're not in too bad a shape. But like I said, I'm not expecting this to be a playoff team right now because we still have a lot of growth on the offensive line, and defensively there's a lot of young guys, and we got a mix of bridge players and a bunch of rookies that we're trying to develop, and some veteran leadership on offense. So it's just a big mixed bag of stuff right now that the Cardinals have become into for at least the second year of this rebuild. So we'll just see what kind of shape we're in. Expectations aren't really too high this season, and rightfully so. But hopefully we can at least win more than 5 games. That's what I'm hoping for. But who knows? All right. Well, not a good start, but you know what? 2-5 is kind of what I expected us to be, especially with the kind of roster that we have and the amount of the kind of growth that we're trying to go through, because we got rookies, got veterans, a lot of new faces. So it's probably taken a while for these guys to gel. Let's take a look at our schedule and kind of see how things sort of got started this season for us. I wonder what our two wins were against. So we actually won our first 2 games. We beat the Seahawks and we beat the Lions, but then we've lost 6 in a row. Got blown out by the Rams. We lost to the Jets by 1. We lost to the Rams again. So we've already played the Rams twice. A little bit weird that they would schedule those games real early in the season, and we're already done playing the Rams. And we've already finished playing the Seahawks, so we're not playing them again. So we played Seattle twice. So we still have to play. So we've already played 2 of our division opponents 2 times. So we do have to play the Rams again. No. We have to play the 49ers twice. We still have them left. And yeah, so we've pretty much played almost all of our division games, which if we were trying to make a playoff run, that would probably kind of hurt us a little bit. But, like I said, I don't think this is a playoff team in this first year. If you ask me. So we lost big to the Rams. We lost to Seattle. They got revenge on us when we went up there. We lost by 18 to them, and we got blown out in our last game against the Vikings by 32 points. So not doing very well. Let me take a look at the injury report and let me see if we got any significant injuries that are hurting a little bit. Don't know if we have any body biting at a trade for, maybe James Conner, but let me see about our injury report here. Let's see if we have anybody out. So we have B.J. Olari, our starting right outside linebacker, has a torn bicep and he's out for 3 weeks. Okay, well, we don't have any other significant injuries, so we'll go ahead and just kind of continue with that. Let's take a look at players ready to negotiate, because we have 12 of them ready to negotiate now. Kind of really got to see. We have $97 million in cap, but Budda Baker is a guy that we absolutely have to maintain. I really want to keep him around. Let's see about this initial offer. Happy to sign and continue to play for a great organization. Cool. Now that ate up $12 million, but still. And I want to try to see if maybe we can keep Penny for at least 1 more season. What about a 2-year deal? Excited to sign. Okay, cool. So that actually didn't eat up a whole lot. That only took like 5. Okay, so that's fine. A lot of these guys are not really highly rated overall. I mean, Xavier Collins has been solid. His interest is not really up there, and he's only at a 79. We need to do some major upgrades on defense anyway, so I think we can just kind of let that go. Zach Ertz is getting pretty long in the tooth. It may be time for us to look at bringing in a new tight end, maybe drafting one or looking to sign a veteran free agent. Now, Emmanuel Mosley, I think, is somebody that I'd like to keep for maybe 1 more season if we can. Exactly the offer he was hoping for. That's good. So we got Emmanuel Mosley, who was, I think, the highest overall free agent that we signed this past offseason. So that'll help out a lot. Hernandez is solid, but his interest really isn't up there, so I'm not really going to mess with him very much. Bynum is our backup free safety, so I think we can deal with maybe not bringing him back. Connor McGovern, I think I'd like to try to see if I can bring him back for maybe just 1 more season. Not negotiating on the years. It's up it or move on. Okay, all right. Well, I think with McGovern, we're just going to have to let him walk, unfortunately. Wilson 76, solid, but we did manage to get Mosley back, so I think we may have to let him walk. White, his interest is not really up there. We're going to let James Conner walk regardless. If we can trade him, fine. If we can't, that's okay too. Chuma actually has legitimate interest in re-signing, so that may be a guy that we look at. But the rest of these guys, outside of Daly and Ismail, nobody else is really too interested. But I think some of those guys down the line we can look at. As far as franchise tagging anybody, maybe we can look at maybe Collins being the guy that we franchise tag, but I don't really know just yet. You know what? Let's see what he kind of wants. Well, that's a 4-year deal. That's going to take up a lot. You know what? I think Collins actually may be worth it in the long run. Let's see if he takes this. Let's see if he takes this initial offer. Let's see if he likes this. If he doesn't, maybe we'll franchise tag him. Good offer. Glad we got the deal done. Okay, so Collins is interested in coming back for not a whole lot, but it's a decent amount. All right. I really think that's kind of it for now. Maybe we can look at bringing back maybe Hernandez on the franchise tag. I don't know. Well, the good thing is that as far as like a lot of offensive playmakers that we have, you know, the guys that are kind of the main cogs in the system, we don't really have a whole lot of those guys we're negotiating with. Like we were able to get Odell for I think this year and next year, so we don't really have to re-up his contract. So that's good. And I was able to get Penny to come back, so that's big because we're going to let James Conner walk after this season one way or another. Let's go ahead and answer our media question. Buda Baker's in the final year of his contract. Yeah, we'll get there. And we did. And the biggest thing is that we got Buda Baker for hopefully the rest of this rebuild because he is a good player that we can build around. He's one of the best safeties in the NFL, and he's without a doubt the best player on the team. So I want to keep him happy, even though in real life he's not happy. But still, that's beside the point. All right, scouting national focus, delegate that decision to the staff. All right, well, we're 2-5. We're actually not at the bottom of the division. We're actually one spot above Seattle, but that's mostly because we actually won our first game against them on opening day, so we actually have the advantage over them for just a little bit. So let's go ahead and keep advancing. You know, as far as overalls, we're 79 across the board, which to me indicates that Kyler Murray is not really getting his overall up there very much. So that's unfortunately kind of a bad sign. And another thing that really stinks is that he's got a huge contract, and we are stuck with him for what potentially could be the rest of this rebuild. So we may just have to bite the bullet and build around him if we have to. But if we have another season where we're not in the playoffs like this year, may have to look at something else. Under 500 right now. Like I said, this is a group that was similar to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely, I believe this team is better, but if we're not, then there's going to be changes. Yeah, well, let's say that because, you know, I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of expectations this year to begin with, even for myself. So, you know, we're not going to get too crazy about, oh, this should definitely be a playoff team, you know, because we just had one down year and, you know, Kyler Murray's the answer. Well, right now, it's not looking like that. Although we did beat the Dolphins, which is actually a pretty big win. I think they had a winning record, so we beat them by 14 points. We're still dead last in the division, but yeah. And we've got one of our toughest games on the schedule. We got to play the 49ers on the road at Levi Stadium. I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty big loss. We're probably 1-2 years away from actually legitimately competing with the 49ers for the division title, if you ask me, based on the changes that we've made so far. Yeah, we lost by 12 points. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of our players, though, and let's see what they're looking like. Looks like our rookie's getting up there a little bit. He's up to a 75, Troy Franklin. I like that. Got good size, and he's got good speed, you know, out of Oregon. So, you know, I like some of the young players that we drafted in our first draft for this rebuild. Just a matter of seeing how much they can develop and if there are people that we can build around, but that remains to be seen. And speaking of a tough team, well, the Bills actually aren't that much of a juggernaut. Well, I mean, overall, on paper they are, but they're only 4-5, so they're having a pretty tough year they're having a pretty tough year, so maybe we can get an upset. We're 3-6, they're 4-5, so a couple of teams below 500. This could be a tough matchup for them. Maybe we can get an upset this week. And no, we can't. We lose by 11, so we're still dead last in the division, and things are not looking up for us winning more than 5 games because I wanted to try to see if we could win at least more than 5 games because we won only 5 games without Kyler Murray being our quarterback, and now we're 3-7 with, you know, just a few games left. So doesn't really make me feel too confident that Murray is the answer, which is really unfortunate based on his contract. I'm going to take a look actually at his contract and show you guys what I'm kind of talking about. in terms of that. Let me actually see if Wilson will come back for maybe 2 years. Good offer. Glad we got the deal done. Okay. All right. We're still going to have some cap room to spend, so, Scanling's interest went back up 76, but, he's more of a guy that we just brought in to kind of help ease some of the pressure off of maybe Odell and other guys. So yeah. White, Pascal's a guy that we can let walk because we have, other receivers that we got. Can't do anything till week 12, really the last few weeks of the season with some of these guys, so we'll just kind of go with that. I probably won't bring back the punter. I brought him back last year, but probably I won't bring him back for another season. We'll let Cooley walk. And we got a tough game this week against the Eagles, although they are 5-5, but on paper they're way better than us. And we got to play a 93 overall Jalen Hurts, so that won't be a lot of fun. But maybe we can get an upset. Maybe we can surprise some people. And we lose by 3. Not bad, but not good. So we've lost a 2 in a row after we won, I think, a game against the Dolphins. So we've lost 2 in a row, and we're entering the back stretch of the season. We're once again in the same position we were last year. We're dead last in the division. We've only won 3 games. We still have a chance to win more than 5 games, but right now it's not looking very promising. And we're facing a Bears team that is, a little bit, that is 1 game below 500. But I think, but my guess is that Justin Fields is playing better than Murray right now, so that doesn't really make me too confident. But yeah, pardon me, guys, for 1 second. Sorry about that. Just had to check my work phone in my room. What's going off? Let's see. Can we bring back maybe Chuma for 1 more year? Kind of be more of a bridge. Excited to stay. All right, cool. All right. Might not have been the best idea to invest in Chuma, but we're just going to need to keep some of the offensive linemen to avoid a complete overhaul, as far as guys that are starters. Guys that are backups I won't really mess with very much. But Ismail, I think, is somebody that we may have to consider bringing back because it looks like to me that McGovern is not really going to budge too much on that offer. So, he's not really about it. Okay. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and see if we can get an upset win this week over the Bears. Every game we play for the rest of the year is an upset because I have to imagine 3-8. We're one of the worst teams in the league. We're probably close to the bottom. And we lost to the Bears by 35 points. Wasn't even close. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to win more than 5 games in year 2, which is very unfortunate given the changes that we made on the offense. With Odell and Penny coming in here, doesn't really look like that has really meant too much because I'm guessing that Murray hasn't really played very well this season. Let me look at his stats and kind of see how he's doing. So for this, let me see how things are looking. So he's thrown for over 3,000 yards. He has 24 touchdowns to 9 picks. That's not bad. How's the running game doing? Well, Penny and Murray are leading the team in rushing. Penny is the leading rusher but he only has 2 touchdowns for the year. Connor has 5 rushing TDs for the year. Penny's gotten the most carries. He's at 400 yards. So Penny coming in hasn't really been the biggest boost. Valdez-Scantling is actually playing better than Brown and Odell. So, Scantling may be a guy I have to consider bringing back and giving an extension to. I know we just brought him in to be a bridge kind of player, but he leads us in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. Scantling, you know what? Before we get ready to play this game, let me see if I can get Scantling to come back. Let's go ahead and actually do that. I'm glad I saw that. Let's see if we can get Scantling to come back. His interest has gotten up since he's having a very productive season. He's up to a 77 overall. Can we get him to play for 3 years? Exactly the offer he was hoping for. That's great. We are spending a lot of money to get a lot of these players to retain, but a decent number of these guys we are going to let walk, so not too concerned about it. Well, I am a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. All right, we got a game against another 5-6 team, the Patriots, 3-9. So we're definitely finishing the season below 500. Hopefully, we can get an upset win against the Patriots. I'm maybe Belichick's still there. I can't remember. I know in the game they didn't give him permission to use his likeness, so it's always a fake coach. But yeah. Well, we lost again. I think we're on like a 5-game losing streak now. So yeah, we've actually done worse this season, in my opinion, with Kyler Murray as our starting quarterback, which unfortunately really doesn't make me feel good about the direction that we're heading into in this franchise with the most important position. Because Kyler Murray was our franchise. He was out last year. We brought Carson Wentz in. He was able to win 5 games, and so far with just a few games left, Murray's only won 3. So that doesn't really make me feel too confident that maybe he's the guy for the future. It could be coaching as well, but I want to give Gannon the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't had a whole lot to work with the first few seasons that he's been here. We've had injuries. We've had players that were, just not available in his first year. So that's been something that we have not been able to really overcome. Okay, then. Well, we just have a few more games left anyway. So let's see, kind of. Yeah, and I don't think anybody made any sort of, I don't think anybody really bit at the trade that getting James Conner, so we're just going to let him walk. All right. Is there anybody else who's new that we can negotiate with that maybe we should consider bringing back? Well, until week 15, we can't really do anything with Cooney, but I think I'm going to let him walk. Daly and Ismail, I'm going to bring back those guys for depth reasons, just to make sure that we have some stability back there on the offensive line. And Ismail, may be kind of put back in the starter, unless we can get McGovern. But if we can get McGovern even on a franchise tag, we'll rock out with Ismail and see if we can get upgrades to the center position for this upcoming offseason. 3-10, we're at the bottom of the division. We're in a bye week, so let's go ahead and advance past this. And we have 4 games left. So yeah, we only have 4 games remaining. So hopefully if we want to get over 5 wins, we're going to have to win a decent number of these. We're going to have to win 3 out of 4, which is what I wanted. I want this team to get better. But it looks like Chop Robinson is up to a 78, so he's a rookie who's hopefully going to continue to develop even more. But so far, out of all the rebuilds for the second year of a rebuild, this is probably the worst that I've kind of seen it, because we haven't gotten better really in year 2. So just out of curiosity, let's take a look at the playoff picture and let's see who's in the hunt. Cowboys, Giants, Bears, 49ers, Falcons, Commanders. The Rams are the best team, so they have the number 1 seed. So the 49ers for this season actually probably won't win the division. It'll be the Rams. It looks like they've been able to kind of reestablish themselves and revamp their roster under McVay to be the division contenders again. Ravens, Browns, Jets, Titans, Colts, Raiders, and the Chiefs are the best team. Right now they would have the bye. In the division race, what are things kind of looking like? So the Niners are 8-5. The Rams are 10-3. So yeah, so I think the 49ers maybe still remain a wild card team. Who knows? I don't know if anybody will really knock them out. Although if we get an upset win against them in Week 17, that could be a big spoiler game. But It's nothing really too spectacular. Let's go ahead. I think we can actually negotiate with some players during this week that I want to resign. So let's take a look at some of them. Let's go to the week 15. Let's see. Week 15. Let's see. Cooley. No. Okay, so we have to wait till 17 to negotiate with those offensive linemen we have towards the end of that list. So, yeah. And we're playing against the 6 and 7 Packers. They're probably still kind of rebuilding themselves with Jordan Love at QB. So we'll see how we do in this game. My guess is it'll be another loss. It's really unfortunate, but oh, we actually got a win. We actually got a 10-point upset win. So now we only have to win 2 more games to win more games than we did last year. So that's little things. But unfortunately, we got a new injury, and usually when it does that, it's a significant one. DJ Humphries is out for 3 weeks with a pulled groin. All right, well, how many more weeks do we have in the regular season? We have 3, I think, right? So, yeah, I think we do. So, yeah, let's go ahead and put him on IR, and let's go ahead and put Humphries on IR, our best offensive lineman, arguably. We're going to go ahead and put him on IR for the rest of the season because we're not making the playoffs, so he's done for the year. Yeah, okay, so we can actually probably go out and sign somebody just for depth reasons. Let's see. He was left guard, right? Or was it left tackle? I think it was left tackle, actually. Yeah, he was a left tackle. Okay. He's also our captain, so that's unfortunate. Humphries going out. Okay. Let's go out and sign a left tackle to kind of help out a little bit. Let's go to all of them. Let's bring in a left tackle. Oh, Jawan James. Yeah, let's bring him in. 1-year deal. Gonna bring him in while Humphries is on the shelf for the rest of the season. And again, that'll just kind of help out a little bit in terms of, getting some veteran presence on the left side for the last few games of the season. And what's crazy is that we really haven't had any significant injuries this season. We've just not been good. But, it is what it is. We do need to do some upgrades to the offensive line. And I don't even know if bringing back somebody like McGovern is really going to help out. Because right now we have no guy in the 80s except for Paris Johnson. Now, he's developed well in his second season. He's up to an 81. So right now he actually is our best. Well, Humphries too. So the right tackle and left tackle actually may be in good shape for next season. Defensively, we still need some upgrades there. Yeah, we've still got upgrades, kind of like year 1 to year 2. It's really kind of the same, except most of the upgrades we got to take care of are on the defensive side of the ball, not really so much on offense. So, yeah, just one of those things. Let's go to view weekly awards. I guess we got some award winners this week. Buda Baker got NFC Defensive Player of the Week, 5 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. Solid. Yeah, because we got a 10-point win over the Packers, which was an upset win for sure. And now we've got a game against the 4-10 Chargers. They're having a pretty tough year like us. Maybe we can get another upset win here, but I'm holding my breath. And we actually got a 13-point victory, so how about that? So now we're 5-10, so we actually have a chance to win 1 more game than we did last year. Let's take a look at the playoff picture because this is potentially a pretty big game for the 49ers. So they still are in. Oh, so the Cowboys have overtaken the Rams for the #1 seed in the NFC. Let's go Cowboys. The Rams have slipped back to 2. They'll play the Giants at the season end today. Falcons, Niners, Packers, Commanders. So that's pretty much remained the same. The AFC has looked pretty much the same too. It's just the Browns have actually gone up, and the Bills are in the 7th spot now. And the Chiefs still have the #1 seed. So, okay. Well, so But still, if the Niners want to avoid slipping out of the playoffs, this is potentially a pretty big game for them. So they can't lose to a 5-10 Cardinals team, even though they're playing them on the road. I would imagine that's probably what Kyle Shanahan is telling the players this week. Meanwhile, hopefully Gannon is telling the guys, hey, we got a chance to probably play spoiler for a playoff spot, so maybe we can go out and do it. Defensively, we actually have increased a little bit. We're at an 80, but overall, we're still a 79 overall team. We haven't gotten into the 80s. We don't have a lot of players in the 80s, which I think is really contributing to that. Just really need some more talent all across the board to rebuild this Cardinals team. Okay. Well, we still have 2 more chances. I will play the final game of the regular season against the New Orleans Saints, just so I can play one game with this team since we're not making the playoffs. And let's see if we maybe can get an upset win against the Niners. We lost to them pretty big the first time around, which I expected, so maybe we can pull off an upset this week. And we beat the 49ers by 16 points. Goodness gracious. Wow. Did we play spoiler and knock them out? Well, we didn't. Well, they've dropped to the 6th. Well, no, I think they were in the 6th seed before. But that's a pretty bad loss for them to get towards the end of the season. So we beat them by 16 points. I'm not really sure what's clicked. We've won back-to-back games for the first time, I think, since weeks 1 and 2. So I don't know if something's clicking all of a sudden, but maybe we're building up some momentum to end the season, which is okay with me because we've had a pretty tough year this year. And we've already won more games than we did last year. So we only won 5 games last year. We've won 6 now. Maybe if the Seahawks lose and we win, we could actually finish 3rd in the division instead of dead last like we did last year, which would be nice. So maybe let's see if we can do that. We're going on the road to play the New Orleans Saints this week. I really want to see what we have in Kyler Murray playing as him for the first time in this rebuild, because as of right now, I'm not 100% sure if Murray is the answer at quarterback, considering the fact that while if we win this game, we'll be 2 games better than what we were last year, we're still not a playoff team, and Murray's contract is pretty crazy. As a matter of fact, before we play this game, I want to show you guys what his contract looks like, because it's for like the next 4 or 5 years, I want to say. So let me actually take a look at this. So yeah, let's go to team salaries and let me see. So the highest paid guy on the team is actually Budda Baker. But Kyler Murray has 5 years remaining on his deal. He's making a lot of money. And at 79 overall, that's not exactly what we want in a franchise quarterback. He signed a 7-year deal. He was on a 7-year deal when we started this franchise. And it's unfortunate that in Madden you can't really renegotiate contracts, if you will, because it's just tough. You have progression history. He hasn't really progressed much this season. He may be a captain, but he's still remaining below the 80s. He's not what he used to be a few years back. And motivations and tags, he's got no tags available. Yeah, I mean, right now he's underachieving. And we don't need that in our franchise quarterback, especially when you consider that we have players that we want to pay, and we have a quarterback that still has 5 years left on his contract. Now, then again, the same thing is for Collins, but we just gave him a new deal because he's up to an 80 overall, and we're hoping that he can continue to develop. Some guys all the guys that are like in the high 80s, we have them inked for a few more years. I wanted to do that because we need to keep rebuilding this team, and we don't have room for a lot of 79 overall guys. Like Ertz, we're going to let him walk. Robinson, you're a rookie, so we're going to keep you around here and let you develop. Hernandez, you're walking. Mosley, you've now automatically become our best corner, so we're going to keep you. There's certain 70 overall guys that we're going to keep, but some that we're not. Scantling is an outsider, Because even though he's making less than Odell, he's played better this season as a free agent pickup guy. So he's got 4 more years left here. And the same thing for, all the rookies that we have, and Newton and everybody. We want to develop those guys. So I still have a lot of question marks. A part of me is regretting that I didn't go ahead and take Caleb Williams and just say, you know what, let's rebuild, let's truly rebuild, and let's trade away Kyler Murray for something. A bunch of picks. Maybe we could still do something like that, but I don't know. If we have another season like this where we only win around maybe 6 to 7, or we're below 500 and we don't make the playoffs, if we make more upgrades through free agency and the draft and Murray still can't get this team to the playoffs, then it's going to be, then I'm going to have to probably go in a different direction at the quarterback spot. Because Murray, you got to do better than that, man. We got to do better than this. All right. So just wanted to show you guys the contract that Murray's making now, because that really ties up a lot of the cap space. And he is a franchise quarterback, but he's also a quarterback. I mean, he is the guy that we've labeled to lead our franchise, but still to this day, even in this rebuild timeline that we have, Kyler Murray has not won a playoff game as a quarterback. The team got to the playoffs in 2021 before we started this rebuild with Cliff Kingsbury. He lost that playoff game to the Rams. He hasn't gotten the team into the playoffs since, they missed out on the playoffs in 2022 because he was injured. He was injured during the first year of the rebuild due to crazy circumstances. So this is the first year that we've been able to really see what he can do when he's healthy, because he hasn't been injured. And we've only won 6 games so far. We're going for win number 7. So Murray back in the fold has only been good to give us 2 more victories, hopefully.
Today, from the
if we win today.
in New Orleans.
But getting Penny, I think, is going to be key for us as far as keeping him, because we want to be able to keep the offense rolling. Odell has underachieved a little bit in his first year. I mean, Scantling is playing better than him. But I still think Odell is still a good receiver. So I'm not ready to give up on him just yet.
First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray.
There we go. Scantling, we got him on a new deal as well. So he's happy here in Arizona.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
All right, let's go, Murray. So we've got some decent weapons here. I mean, Ertz is still solid. And the one thing I do like about Murray is that he can do stuff like that. His scrambling and running ability is pretty good. That's what he always was known for in college, being a playmaker. So that was the element that I liked about doing this rebuild around him. But if he's only going to get up to a 79, and that's the pinnacle, then we got to look ourselves in the mirror and think about the quarterback. Just figured, hey, surround Murray with enough talent, we can get him back to playing winning football.
Here's 2nd and 5
we'll see.
From the 37.
Got Connor in the game here.
First carry for James Conner.
There we go, James. Juka, oh, there we go, nice run. Good run right there.
Inside the 20.
There we go, that's what we want. In the mesh spot here.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray.
Oh, Beckham, why? What are you doing?
It's not an easy job to go out and catch passes.
The ball's right there, dude. You got to go catch that.
But the bottom line is,
come on, man.
He's got to have, and a pass he should have caught.
Come on, man.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray.
Let's just dump it off to Ertz. Nah, didn't get very much. I should have just run it with Murray. But now we got it 3rd down and 7.
15 to either the 13 or 14.
Apparently Odell doesn't want to catch the football. I mean, then again, even if he caught it, it would have been a minimal game, but still. Ball's in your hands. You're Odell. Go catch it. Come on, Scantling. There we go. Able to get past the 1st down marker. There we go, Valdez. Nice job. The former Green Bay Packer.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try.
All right, let's actually change to a run play here. Power O.
They'll run here with Connor.
Oh, Connor.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
All right. Potentially get
Here's
Brown.
Murray.
Brown on the oh! He almost one-handed that, but he couldn't quite get it. Let's go back to slant routes here.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down.
Come on. There we go.
That is
Scantling,
caught.
touchdown Cardinals. Nice throw by Murray.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Scantling's been our best receiver throughout the season, so I'm glad I got him for a few more years.
Time for
He
this
was a good
defense to
free
try
agent
and
pickup.
stiffen as they'll try here to
So
defend
we're on
a 1st
defense
and
here.
10 situation at their own 17-yard line. Back to throw now on first
Field
down.
goal.
And
Oh my
Thomas
goodness,
has
Michael
it.
Thomas making a nice
This will be
catch.
stopped about
He got the
2
pressure
yards
there
shy of
in
marker.
the quarterback's
8-yard
face,
gain,
but
2nd and 2.
couldn't quite bring him down.
2 yards left on 2nd down.
Who is
from
that?
the 9.
That's not Carr, is it? Does that Taysom Hill? I don't know who that is at quarterback. Wait, it's oh my gosh, it's Caleb Williams. The Saints ended up drafting him. Oh my goodness. Well, so far he's slicing and dicing on this drive. Not until we get a pick with Thompson, the free safety. Let's go. House call. High step and touchdown, Thompson. Let's go.
Touchdown. Still in the first quarter.
Nice. What a way to shut the door on that drive. Big time defensive play. Love it. All right. So we're back on offense again. The Saints did score. We got a 1st and 10. Let's see if we can go a little 2-minute offense here.
Throwing on first down is Murray.
Get this ball downfield
Catch is
quickly.
made by Marquise Brown.
And see if we can get in range for at least a
Taken down,
field
but
goal
not before
shot.
he works it past the 50.
More play action reads here.
On play action, it's Murray.
Oh, that was
Quick
almost
throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield.
There we go. Nice catch, Valdez-Scantling. Juke him inside. Okay, you get out of bounds. I probably should have gotten out of bounds
to the
first.
10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go. And Hollywood Brown in the end zone. Kyler Murray with his 2nd touchdown pass
Marquise Brown
of the first half.
An 11-yard touch.
All right, we got a chance to score more
here in the
points.
2nd quarter. This
Already up by
offense
11.
looking to get down at least into field
home
goal
run
range,
here.
but they're starting on their
Come on,
own side of the field. He's
Hollywood.
going deep for Brown.
Let's go,
It's
Marquise.
inside the
Timeout.
25. Now the
Nice
Cards gonna
catch
call
by
another
Brown.
Timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with a little under
Nice.
a minute to
Just
go
what we needed.
in this first half.
Already in
So
field
barely
goal
time
range,
to catch
but
our breath.
let's go
There's
for some
1st and
more.
10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now is Murray.
Oh, we
That
almost
would
did another pick.
almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray now. Flushed out right.
Nah, it's a hold, so
This one to
let's
the
just
right,
dump it
caught
off.
by Valdez-Scantling.
That's not good. It's on Hernandez.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference.
Tried to fit that one into a tight spot. It didn't work. Get him down.
Saints are going to take possession here at their own
Murray throws his
30.
first pick of the game. And ends our opportunity to score more points before the half. But we're up 11. Not too worried now. All right, we're back on defense.
Third down
This is only the second
situation
time I've
coming
played
up
defense
in the
this game.
third quarter. And
We
this
got them in a
defense
3rd down and
hoping to turn
7.
that third down
They
into
got a
4.
field goal to start off the
On
second
third down,
half.
they'll drop to throw.
So they're driving again. Get Caleb Williams down. Sack him. There we go.
And he
Okay,
takes a
well, we
shot
forced
on
the
the
incompletion.
release
That's
as
fine.
this will be incomplete.
Force them into a 4th and 7. Good job by Chop Thompson getting in there for the pressure. On offense.
Ball in the red
So the
zone
Saints
here. Defense
are marching
in a
back.
pretty tough
No
situation.
pun intended,
Second
yes.
and 2.
We're only up by 2. They went for
On
2 and they must
second down,
have
Connor
missed
looking
it.
for space.
So we get the first down run with Connor.
And now they're
That's what we
inside the
needed.
10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Score here and keep the pressure on him.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Still got Connor. He's got more
first
carries
and
than
goal,
Penny has
6
in this
points
game.
here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go, Connor, juke inside.
And he
Touchdown,
is
James
into the
Conner.
end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Just what we needed.
James Conner with his 9th rushing touchdown.
All right. Saints keep fighting back, though. They're down only by 2 points.
A lead change may very
Oh,
well
my
be
goodness.
forthcoming as this offense in
Gotta
field goal
get
range
in the gaps
already,
here, guys.
and looking for more here in the 4th quarter. Williams
Uh,
is in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And they're in for the touchdown. All right, well, the Saints have just taken the lead on us for the first time in the game. Next drive coming up is going to be big. This could be the last time that we have the ball. We're down by 5. We need a touchdown to take the lead back.
As they search for a late score.
We got to be careful with
Murray
throwing the
now on
football
first
here.
down. And this
As
will be
I almost throw a
incomplete.
pick on the first
Physical
play.
on the football
Goodness.
there
All
on
right.
second down.
I got to settle down here with Murray. We got to do what he does best. If we got to scramble out and make a play, we
Out
do
of
it.
the gun, here's Murray.
All right, Murray, come on, roll out. There we go.
It's complete
Nice
to
catch by
right
Brown.
side.
We're in no
And
hurry.
he's taken down,
We're going to
but
take
able
our
to slip
time
across
to
the
get down this
35.
field and go score.
A couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first. To throw is Murray.
All right.
Quick slant to
Scantling
Valdez
again.
Scantling.
Got himself
And
another
he'll have it
key
past
first down.
midfield almost to the 40 before being taken
Instead
down.
of a 2-minute warning, we're going to get an automatic
Here we are in
timeout
the
from
4th
that.
quarter, partner, and watch them drive.
Let's actually mix it up with a little bit of run here with
And you
Connor.
and I both know this
Got
is
it off
where you
just
need
before
a
the 2-minute
quarterback
warning.
who
We're
can
going to
keep
change
his
the
quarterback
pace.
there.
They
Not
gained
just
like
for
6
himself,
yards, so that's
but to
good.
keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, we're already mounting a pretty
So
good
the
drive. We're at
Cardinals,
the
they've got the
2-minute
football
warning.
here as we get you
Got a
reset.
second down and
Now
4.
second and 4.
They're coming. They're coming.
They
They're
come
coming
up on a
pretty hard.
second down now, and again,
Pause.
it looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Or Connor.
And he
There we
works
go.
it to the 30-yard
Little
line here,
RPO
right at
action
the
right
30.
there going up the middle.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
I'm not
It'd be an easy
getting
decision.
too
Just
antsy
game it
about
inside.
scoring too
Nice steady
quickly because
game.
I don't want to leave the Saints with a
throw is
whole
Murray.
lot of extra time. Scramble with Kyler. Come on, Kyler.
And they'll get this
All
one
right.
to about the 20-yard
He actually picks up the
line.
first down. That's big.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays
come
like
on.
that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance
Murray
the
is
ball.
definitely playing well in the
Murray's
fourth
throw
quarter. He's
taken in
trying to
by
do the best that he
Valdez
can to get
Scantling.
this win.
They'll
And then
come
again,
up
I'm the
now
one
on
who's controlling
second
this, so
down.
I'm trying to make as many smart decisions as I possibly can. Here we go, Scantling.
Catch for Valdez
All right,
Scantling.
timeout.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their
This is a
timeouts.
quick pass.
As they
We
get
got
the
this
stoppage
ball
with just
down
under
to the
50
1.
seconds remaining in the 4th.
We can afford to run the football here. It's first
Here
and
we
goal.
go. First and
We can
goal.
go with a run if we want to. Let's see if we can punch it in with Connor. If we
Connor.
can't, that's fine
Is
too.
in
But we
the
do.
end
Okay, we
zone.
might have scored a little too
Touchdown,
quickly,
Arizona.
but we needed to answer that touchdown with a touchdown of our own,
What
and
a
that's what
game
we
this
did on
has
that
been, and
drive.
what a drive.
And we went for 2, and we actually got it. So now they need a
Only
field
2
goal
timeouts
just
at
to
the
tie
defense's
it up.
disposal, and it's doubtful that's gonna
And
be
now we
enough
got to
for
play
them to
some
get the ball
prevent
back
defense
as we'll
here
head
and get the
back in
win.
for the final moments of this one. Back to throw.
Come on. Get him down. Big sack right there. Let's go.
He's taken down. What a huge
And
play at
Saints
this
called their
point in the
first
game.
timeout.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
We backed those guys up pretty
As the
far,
clock
so
stops with 23
that's
seconds
really
to
going
go
to be
in
a
the
drive
game.
killer for
They'll
them.
come up now. This is second and
We just can't
long.
let up any big plays here. We got them in a second
to
down and
throw.
17, and they're way, way back here. Pressure on him, and we got him sacked all the way inside the 5. This game is this is pretty much
Now we'll
over
get a
unless
quick
we just
timeout
have a
called by
complete
New Orleans,
mental
number
collapse
2.
in the second
That'll
half.
leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw. It's complete. Kamara.
No shot there.
And he is going to be brought
They called
down.
a timeout.
And
This is
now
their
making
last
that
chance.
a
It's
fourth
4th
down.
and
This is going to be
23.
4th down.
It's the last play for them.
Gotta try it here. He's back to
Oh,
throw.
pressure, hit him, incomplete, game over. Wonderful way to finish it. Kyler Murray definitely was clutch when he had to be on that drive that we had. Got us into the end zone. We get the go-ahead touchdown. We got 2 points as well. And we're going to get a 3-point win to end our season. This is a high-scoring one, kind of like the Seattle game we had at the end of last year. So, you know, a lot of games are like that, but we took care of business.
They come in, they have to fight a hostile
we beat the Saints,
every
and
snap.
good way to end the season, despite not making the playoffs.
Home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved
as far
to
as
have been
running
in
the
the
ball,
huddle
James
when they were
Conner
mounting that
actually
game-winning
played
drive?
better than Penny.
Big time moment.
You know,
No one
Penny
shied away from it.
is a better
They
running
tuned out the
back,
crowd,
and you know,
kept their
unfortunately
heads,
with Conner,
and
he's just a guy that we're going to have to let
needed
go.
to earn that win.
Scantling played well, so I'm glad we extended him.
So for Arizona,
the biggest thing about this win, in my opinion, is that we beat Caleb Williams, the guy that a lot of people thought that we were going to take. Kyler Murray proved today that we were right to keep him as our quarterback instead of completely scrapping him and going with Williams. Because despite that interception that I threw, he played great football in the second half to do what we had to do, and did what he had to do to help us get that win. So that was big for us. So Murray, he gets the game ball for this week, in my opinion. And Jalen Thompson getting that pick 6 was another thing that was just crazy. And it actually boosts him up to an 81 overall, so that's good. So Thompson's continuing to develop, which we'd love to see. All right. Well, that's going to be it for the season. I'm not done with the live stream just yet. I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see who wins. Take a look at the playoff bracket here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got the Rams against the Eagles, the Falcons against the Commanders, Packers against the Niners, Dallas Cowboys have the bye, Ravens, Bills, Jets, Browns, Titans, Colts, and the Chiefs have the bye week. So it's playoff time for the second year of this rebuild. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl. I don't want to make any changes with our staff because I'm okay with Gannon as our coach. We just have to continue to get better. We got to keep drafting good players that we know we can develop. We got to sign some free agents, and we'll get this team back in winning shape again. All right, let's take a look at the divisional round. So the Rams beat the Eagles, the Falcons beat the Commanders, and the Packers beat the 49ers. So all the home team higher seeds won this week. The Ravens beat the Bills, Jets beat the Browns, and the Titans beat the Colts. So a clean sweep. All the higher seeds won in the playoffs this week for the wild card week. So let's go ahead and advance to the next week, and let's see what happens in the divisional round. All right, divisional playoffs. Let's see what happens. So the Chiefs took care of business against the Titans. The Ravens blew out the Jets. Cowboys beat the Packers, and the Rams beat the Falcons. So all the higher seeds, so the highest seeds are advancing to the championship games. Cowboys, Rams, Chiefs, and the Ravens. So Mahomes against, I guess, Lamar Jackson? I'm guessing he's still there. So good quarterback matchup. And Dak going up against Matthew Stafford. So that should be entertaining. All right. Take a look and see what happens in the championship rounds. I think last year, in the first year that we did the rebuild, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, so I'll take a look and see what kind of happens there. The Cowboys lost in the NFC Championship.